Good news, everyone. This is Chainfire. You know I normally don't record videos, but I have a little exploit for you today that I thought would be more easily demonstrated in video than in a text post. So, as you can see, I have Omarchy running in VMware right now on my Windows desktop. You know, shame on me. And here's a Windows terminal that has two SSH sessions to my Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi will be serving as a keyboard emulator, a human input device over USB connected to this virtual machine. First, let me just show that I've cheated a little bit. I've created a calc script in my user directory that touches temp calc and then runs Omarcalc. This is just so that I can check that it has run. You can see this file does currently not exist. This will come back later, but you can see that the file that I'm looking for here also does not exist. Alright, let's get started. Let's start our keyboard simulator. For some reason, VMware has to connect it to Windows first before it can connect it to the virtual machine. Don't ask me why, I don't know. The script ignored the Windows connection and it has now detected that it's been connected to Linux. Now, as you can see, our USB device name is kind of weird, and you can see where this is going probably. Right, this is an unescaped write to an executable file that is going to happen. So let's just show it off. Let's send the magic keystroke and our calculator is run. As you can see, you can also see that the temp calc is now created, and this file does now exist. Interesting. Well, you might think, Chainfire, why is it interesting that you can fake a keyboard and send a keystroke? You know, any keyboard can do that with physical access, of course. But this just calculates or executes any random thing, and it also works while the device is locked. Let's do this again. And as you can see, there's a little calculator again. Let me just check if this file exists. Well, this file disappears and reappears every time you do this, so you gotta do it an odd number of times. Otherwise, stuff doesn't work. Now, we all know the temp directory doesn't survive reboots, but you know, just so you saw me delete it, let's reboot. Now, before it actually boots up, let me just disconnect this fake USB device, you know, just to let you see that I'm not sending any more keystrokes, I'm not doing any more injections. Anyway, while this boots, as you understand, if you can, you know, connect a USB device to a locked Omarchy laptop and get anything you want executed, essentially, that is not good. Now, let's see. There we go. It exists. We don't have the calculator because this script, sorry. Oh my god. This script, it executes before the UI is ready. So the calculator probably ran, but it probably crashed. You know. See, there we go. It couldn't get a UI. The UI wasn't ready, so couldn't execute that. So what actually happens here is, as I said before, we have this specially crafted USB device string, and when we send that keystroke, this actually gets evaluated. So that's what executes the script, and not only that, it's also going to write that same value to this file. So Omarchy does this. This is not something that the executed script does. This is something that Omarchy does. And this Lua file is executed on every hyperland start. So you immediately just have persistent whatever. And there's a limit to the command that you can put in here. But you can have it fetch a payload from online and execute that. That's no biggie. I think at least Claude assured me that that's possible. I mean, doesn't matter. It's remote code execution either way, right? Well, it's actually not remote code execution. Sorry, it is late. I am tired. But you're executing code on this machine through a USB connection. So I don't know. I guess this answers some questions apparently nobody bothered to ask before, such as should you eval unsanitized USB device descriptors? And should you write unsanitized USB device descriptors to a Lua file that you then execute every boot? And I think the answer is no to both questions.